everybody! I thought I had a spider on my hand. Okay, so thank you to quite a few subscribers who have liked and commented on my videos when I've asked what I should do about talking, in my experience, planning to talk about, in my experience, what it's like to have a giant dog, in my case a Borzoi, in a relatively small house. So I've got a two-story, two-bedroom townhouse. It has a small courtyard out the back and a balcony on the top floor as well. I'm trying a new video setting. It's in portrait mode. I'm not sure how it's going to go, but I can't walk and talk in this mode. It'll be too jerky. Also, I apologize for other videos when some of the footage has probably been a bit jerky, because I am playing around with some of the settings to try and get the best settings I can, either action shots or standing still shots. Last night we had a torrential downpour of rain. So one question I thought was very important to answer. I've had a few people ask me if it would be possible to have a Borzoi large breed dog. In my case, Borzoi. How many times do I have to say Borzoi? I'll speak relevant to my dog, who is a Borzoi, because from my experience and what I understand about other giant breed dogs is they're a little bit different. Some describe them as cat-like in that they like to sleep a lot during the day and they tend to groom themselves like a cat. I've noticed Arlo pick at some of his fur to get out little bits of burrs and things like that that have gotten stuck in his fur. So I guess that, and he loves to sleep as well. I guess that would make him a bit cat-like. In typical style of my video, I am rambling yet again. So what I was thinking last night after having a 24-hour period of torrential rain was, yes, you can have a dog like a Borzoi in an apartment. However, even though I've got a courtyard, Arlo does not go to the toilet in the courtyard. He may have once or twice when he was younger, but now he's mature, he simply does not. For me, that's okay, because my old dog, Perry, I would take him out every morning. We'd go for a long walk after work, and then later that night, I'd take him out again for another little sniff. So for me, my lifestyle hasn't changed. Now, Perry would go to the toilet in the courtyard, so obviously I'd have to clean it up, disinfect the space and everything, because it's a concrete courtyard. Arlo does not go to the toilet in the courtyard. So I have to have a very good routine with him. In the morning, I take him out for a short walk, maybe 10-minute walk. He does a wee and then he opens his bowels. And he also used that time to have a sniff to check who's passed the trees overnight and who's left their female. So this is really important for people who have a Borzoi to be aware of. As I said, you can have a Borzoi in a smaller space. However, you absolutely have to take them out minimum twice a day, absolute minimum. That's just so they can go to the bathroom. Arlo can hang on for many, many, many hours. In fact, I don't even think he hangs on. I think he's just a big dog with a large bladder capacity. So I timed him once, and I think the most he ever went without going to the toilet was maybe 20 hours. I can't recall exactly. Something like 20 hours. He didn't stand at the door like he usually does when he asks me to go to the toilet. He was very relaxed, lying on his bed. There was no indication. I kept looking at him thinking, you don't want to go to the toilet? What's going on? So back on track with answering questions about what it's like to own a Borzoi in a small apartment, and if you can actually have a Borzoi in a small apartment. So toileting is key. Last night it was torrential rain. Arlo needed to do his last wee of the night. He'd gone out in the morning. We went for another little walk after work. And then I think it was after 9, before 10. It was Saturday night. He needed to go out for his nighttime wee. It was raining. It's okay, you still have to take him out. He had to go. He was standing at the door, which is his way of letting me know he needs to do a wee. Oh, the other thing too, because this Saturday I actually did some overtime at work. So it was raining in the morning. I was doing my usual 10-minute walk with Arlo. He did a wee, but he didn't open his bowels. He didn't want to go to the toilet while it was raining. I had to go to work. I couldn't stay at home and, check if he needed to go, but I know he's been able to hang on before. He's done it lots of times. Anyway, cut a long rambling story short, the answer to the question is yes, you can live in a smaller apartment with a Borzoi. However, know that you absolutely have to be prepared to take them outside where they can use the toilet minimum twice a day, better 3 times a day. So that's whatever your routine is. If you have your longer walk in the morning, or you have your longer walk at night, or you have your longer walk in the middle of the day, that's fine. They'll probably go to the toilet then. However, first thing in the morning, not immediately first thing, but within an hour, take them out to the toilet, and then maybe within 2 hours before everyone goes to bed at night, again, take them out to the toilet. So depending on where you live, what country you're in, what the climate is like, is there a space where they can happily go to the toilet? Arlo prefers to go on grass, at a minimum some dirt. He just doesn't go on concrete. So these are all things to think about if you're going to want to have a Borzoi in a house that either has no yard or just a courtyard.